All right, let's just go ahead and get started here. My name is Maya. I am from the engagement team here at GrowthZone. And the focus of us on the engagement team is to help customers with fully utilizing their software. So if you haven't worked with me yet, there's a little introduction. This meeting will also be recorded and we'll send it to all of the participants after the meeting today. So today we'll be talking about how to utilize technology to generate revenue. As you know, as an association or chamber of commerce, revenue is really important, whether that is membership dues or non-dues revenue. So on the agenda today, we'll be talking about improving members' online presence while earning non-dues revenue. We'll be also talking about offering advertising opportunities to your members and training opportunities. So why non-dues revenue matters. One study that was done in 2018 found that about 50% of association revenue is actually from non-dues sources. So that shows that that non-dues revenue can be a really vital piece in your budget. It can provide some more flexibility, and it also gives you a real way to recognize the benefits of launching new programs and events for your members. So showing ways that these different programs are beneficial to your board is very important, and having some sort of monetary value to those events and programs can definitely be beneficial in showing that value to your board. A couple different best practices in non-dues revenue. We recommend continually evaluating the programs that you're offering. So you want to continually ask your members, your suppliers, and your stakeholders if what you're giving them is of value to them, if it's what they really want. You want to make sure that that program is also generating revenue, so that way it's worth your time and energy as well. So first we'll talk about improving your members' online presence. Your members' online presence is really important for getting the word out about their business into your community. Their online presence is a really easy way for them to see the value that they're getting from their membership. One great way to do this is through web content. So what I mean when I say web content is like your hot deals, your job postings, your market space items, things like that. These items can help to drive traffic to your website. Your website is the logical go-to source for industry employment opportunities and offers. And having a really nicely built out web content section on your website can help to reinforce that idea that your website should be the go-to source for your area. So a couple different items here. You can offer hot deals to your members. So members can submit these hot deals, and these would be items that are maybe some discount that one of your members is offering. Maybe they have like a 30% off discount or something to members of the community. Members can also submit job postings. So these are job opportunities that are available at your members' businesses. And this is a great way for them to advertise those job postings so that they can make sure that they're getting a lot of good candidates for those jobs. And you can also have those market space items. So that would be, for instance, maybe some real estate listings or classified ads. Maybe there's an office space for lease that one of your members wants to advertise. And you're actually able to monetize this web content. So you can sell weekly places on your website for these different web content items. I'll show you how to add that. I'll also show you how the member would go about submitting these items, and I'll show you how you would add them from the back office. So first, let's just look at an example of the hot deals. All right, so this is just a test website here, Nova Valley Chamber of Commerce. It's just a training website. you can see that this is the hot deals page, and these are different offerings that members have submitted. So we have this 15% off of painting classes, and then you can have this little blurb here. Join us in our studio. So we'll click on that here. All right, so here you can see that it has some more details here on the painting class. The member did go ahead and submit all of this information in here. You can also submit it for your member if they send this information to you as well. And then let's just go back and look at the job postings. So this job postings page is a really nice resource. You can filter it by category, and you can also filter it by employer. So I've seen a customer that had over 1,700 job postings on their job page. And these different filtration options are really beneficial for customers that have a large job board. So if we click on this bait shop attendant job posting that we have here, the member can add any information that they want to here. They could even add a link if they wanted to have a link to apply online for this position. And they also get a little bit of advertising here on all of these web content items. So it clearly shows the member that submitted this web content item. And they can click on this link here and it'll bring them to the directory listing. All right, let's look at this market space item. And it looks like the item that I had here expired. But for market space, one example that you could have is a real estate listing. So if you had a listing there, you could show basically the same type of information here. You could lay it out the same. And then you could either have some more information about like the square footage of the real estate listing, or sometimes people will have an office space release or something like that. But it looks very similar to the hot deals and job postings. One nice thing about the market space items is you can also have it link out directly to the website. So maybe they don't want to enter all of that information about the market space item. Instead, they want this to kind of be a landing page and link it out directly to the market space item on the member's website. They could have it link out that way as well. All right. So then we'll look at how to set these up. So in your Chamber Master database, if we go to setup here, and you can just go into hot deal settings. So let's just take hot deals as an example. This is where you can add the prices for these web content items. So you can actually choose to charge more for basic package members versus enhanced members. So maybe you guys sell some enhanced directory listings, which we'll actually talk about later on in the webinar. And maybe you include a discounted price for people that have the enhanced package. And these rates are charged on a per weekly basis. So if someone signs up for, maybe they want their hot deal to be on your website for 3 weeks and they're an enhanced package member. So then they would pay $15 to have that on your website for 3 weeks. And you have this option as well for the job posting settings and for the market space settings. So you can have different prices for each of your different web content items. All right. Okay, so now I'll show you how a member would go ahead and submit one of these web content items. We'll just go into Bobber Gifts here, and I'll impersonate this login so that you can see what that would look like. All right, so we'll go into job postings here. And we could just click add a job posting. This is the member information center, so this is what your member sees. We can click add a job posting and they can go ahead and add all of this information here, choose their active dates, add an image, and then when they click purchase, it would bring them to the payment screen. So that way they can pay for it right there. And then once they submit this, it will show down in your task list here. So you could just go into job postings and you could approve those job postings, take a look at them before they're approved. And then once you approve them, then they will show on your job page on your website. All right, and then I'll just show you quickly how you would go ahead and add a job posting from the back office. So for any of these web content items, you could just go into jobs here and click add a job posting. You would choose the member that you're submitting this on behalf of. And then you could go ahead and add all this information here. And when you click continue, it would bring you to the payment screen as well. And you could send them an invoice if you wanted to, or you could take payment. Okay. Next up is enhanced directory listings. These are included with Chambermaster Premier and Pro, so you can offer these enhanced directory listings to your members. It's a really nice way to really enhance their directory listing and make their page look a lot nicer, have a lot more information on it. So with a basic listing, that is included with all memberships. It's kind of hard to tell what the business offers. There's no images and there's very little information on those basic directory listings. On the enhanced listings, they include a lot more options. So they can have a bulleted description with links out to their website, unlimited characters for keywords. They can have a search icon, a logo image, photo gallery, video, and you're able to sell these enhanced listings if you want to. And I have actually heard that some chamber members that aren't able to afford a website of their own will use the enhanced directory listing kind of as their website. So it's a nice way for members that maybe don't have enough money to manage their own website. They want to have a nice little blurb about them on the chamber's website with the enhanced listing. And one tip that we have is just an idea. You could offer a door prize for an enhanced listing as a soft sell at an event. So maybe you're trying to get the word out there for your enhanced directory listings and you pull a name out of a hat, they get a free enhanced listing for 12 months or 6 months or whatever you would want to do. And then that way, a lot of those chamber members can go and look at that other member's enhanced listing, and it could make some of your other members want to upgrade. So let's go ahead and just look at the difference between the basic listing and the enhanced listing. So here's an example of a basic listing. You can see that there's not a lot of information on here. And then we'll go to this example of an enhanced listing. So they get this really nice header image up here. They can have a nice long about us section, these highlight links, a video, maybe they have a short video about their business here. They can have image galleries, and then they also have their web content shown here that they're offering as well. So you can see that they have a job posting for a bait shop attendant, and they also have a hot deal that they posted. So you can see that this really just spruces up their directory listing. It brings a lot more value to them to be on your website with a nice listing like this. Some chambers will offer this with their highest tier of membership, or sometimes you could sell it as an add-on if you wanted to. Some people also decide to make it available with all memberships. I recommend selling it as an add-on so that way you can get some non-dues revenue from it. All right, so then if you wanted to go ahead and add this information in for your member, you would just go to their member record. and you can go to the web tab. And if you want to upgrade to them to the enhanced package, you would go to this web participation section, click enhanced, and then you would click save, and that's upgrading them. So yeah, that gives them the ability to add this information in the member information center, so then it can show on your website in that enhanced listing. And if they want to send you all the information, you could add it here. But I recommend, if they send you the information, I recommend pointing them towards the member information center, so that way they can go in there and enter the information themselves. So if they wanted to enter it themselves, they would come into the member information center, go to company information, and then they could fill out all this information here. So they could go to the profile summary to see how much they have completed for their directory listing, and they could go in and fill in these gaps here. They can add their logo here, photos, video, so it's very easy for them to go ahead and add that information themselves. Next is the banner ads. So another great way to get some non-dues revenue is to offer advertising opportunities to your members. There's a few different ways that you can advertise for your members, and one great way is with the banner ads. This is included with Chambermaster Member Zone Premier and Pro. So as you know, most interactions from members start with your website. So if you can make your digital storefront really nice and have these different advertising opportunities, you can generate revenue from that. There's also a sort of inherent prestige that comes along with being an official sponsor or partner of an association or chamber. And selling these banner ads that are displayed on your website is a really great way to add that value to your members. And you can also get non-dues revenue from that as well. You can also get stats on your ads so members know that these ads are worth their money. So maybe you have someone that has a banner ad running on your website and they call in and they want to cancel it. They're not really getting much value out of it that they're seeing. You can go into the stats section and say, well, I see that your banner ad has been clicked on 500 times or whatever it happens to be. So they'll know that it's really worth their money to have that banner ad rolling there. A couple tips that we have is to be sure to place the ads strategically throughout your website and rotate them frequently. So you can set different time intervals for these ads. So maybe someone purchases a month-long rotating ad. You can add some time constraints on there. You can also rotate between ads, so you can have banner ads that are sliding maybe every 5 seconds or so on your website. You don't want to have too many in the rotation. I recommend doing about 5 per slot. And you can also strategically place them on specific directory categories, specific pages. So maybe you have some tourism companies that want to advertise specifically on the lodging and travel category in your directory. You can also utilize the banner ad placeholders in your software to advertise the banner ad placements for your chamber. So this is one that's built into the software. It says advertising opportunities are going fast. Contact the chamber for more information. And there's a setting that you can select in your database where you can auto-populate these for the spots that are open. So I'll just show you what a banner ad looks like here. Just go to the directory. So you can see that there's a banner ad here on the directory, and you could have it rotating between different ads if you wanted to. They can also have a link on this ad, so it could link out directly to their website or wherever. And then here's an example of one of those placeholder ads. So you can add these in here. In order to add the placeholder ad, you would do that through the settings. And we can send some follow-up information on specifically how to do that. To add a banner ad on a member or for a member, you would just go into their member record And you could go to the marketing tab here, and you can just add banners, choose where it's going to show, add your image, the link, and then it would show on your website. And you can also set these expiration dates here. And then in the advertising module, if you want to see the specific impressions that you've had on those banner ads, you can just go to advertising and banner ad impressions. And you can see specifically where these different ads are placed, whose ads they are, and the time frame, click-through rates, and how many times they were displayed. Another couple of ways to advertise for your members. You could sell a spot as a featured member in a newsletter. You could have your member of the week, offer some advertising opportunities to industry suppliers, can boost the credibility of your newsletter and bring in some extra dollars. So it can definitely add value not only to the members that are featured in the newsletter, but also to people that are receiving the newsletter so that they know, oh, maybe I should check out the business of this member of the week. And we find that today's digital consumers are very accustomed to seeing advertising. And in the case of association newsletters, the advertising tends to be very relevant to the consumer that's receiving that email. It also encourages the other members to become more engaged so that they can be a member of the week as well. Another idea is to feature your signature members or your chamber champions on your website. You could also do a social media shout out. And a tip if you're using email communications for these newsletters or these advertising opportunities, make sure that the recipient knows it's coming from you, a trusted source. And you also don't want to oversaturate them by sending too many emails in a certain time frame. Another idea is having these business before and after hours. One idea that we have here is members could actually pay to host that event at their business. So that can give them some great visibility in the community because that'll bring a lot of foot traffic into their business for that before and after hours networking event. They'll find a lot of value in that. And then it also gives your other members an idea to host that as well. So maybe they come and they see how many people are brought in and they want to have that many people at their organization as well. So it's a great advertising opportunity for them, a great networking opportunity for your members, which is always great as chambers. And then it also gives you some non-dues revenue. Another tip for these business before and after hours and just your events in general is adding a fee to events provides value to that event. So even if it's only $5 or $10, this will show that the event is worth attending. Studies actually show that adding a small fee will encourage members to attend the event because it shows that they will get some value in attending it. So even though you're having a $5 or $10 fee, you might actually get more attendance. And this will also help you cover your costs, which is always great. And then you can also get some additional revenue on top of what the members paid to host that event at their business. Another idea is offering training for your members. So maybe as I'm going through this webinar, you're wondering, how can I get my members to actually take advantage of these items? A great way to do that is to have a member resources page on your website. I recommend taking some time to build out this page because it gives them a landing page to look at all the different benefits that they get from their membership, how to actually utilize those benefits, and then it'll also save you time in the long run if they're able to go on there and see all of the items that they can take advantage of. So we actually have a library of training for members. We have videos and PDFs. So you could add links to those training for your members videos on your website. And those different training for your members is items like adding information in your info hub, paying bills online, and a lot of different member information center tutorials. You can also show all the advertising opportunities that they're able to take advantage of on this page. So your member resources page could help to generate you some non-dues revenue as well, if maybe they didn't know that they had those advertising opportunities. So I'll just show you an example of the member resources page. This is just an example of one that I built out. So I recommend just saying why the Member Information Center is beneficial to your members. You can have a little section here about getting an enhanced directory listing. So you can show what a basic listing looks like, and then also what an enhanced listing looks like, and explain all of the benefits of going with the enhanced listing. And then you could build out Member Information Center tutorials. So if they click this, it'll be a video from Chamber Master that we created that are member facing for how to do all of these different items. And then there's just a little section here about posting their member badge and any other relevant information that would be helpful for your members. Maybe you just want to put a lot of frequently asked questions here as well. So if you're getting a lot of phone calls about how to log into the Member Information Center, you can just put a little blurb about that on here and then route your members to this page on your website. And it'll also drive some more traffic to your website as well. All right. Another way to offer training for your members is just having a webinar. You could do a webinar on the Member Information Center and just show them how to utilize their Member Information Center, and then send your member resources training page that I just showed to you as a follow-up. You can also offer online training sponsored by a member. Studies found that e-learning is actually predicted to reach $325 billion as an industry by 2025. So it's definitely a growing industry, and it's a great way to get some non-dues revenue. You could have a sponsor for those webinars. So you could have it say something like, this course is brought to you by, and then have the sponsor name and logo, and you could give a little excerpt about that sponsor. And then the webinar host can also read the ads while showing images and highlights of the products and services. And we do have a Zoom integration within Chamber Master as well, which can help you with these webinar registrations. But that is everything that I had to cover today. So if you have any questions on how-to items, feel free to contact the support department. Otherwise, if you're looking to upgrade your software or you need some structured training, you need some more help with utilizing your software, feel free to email engagement@growthzone.com. Thanks everyone for attending, and have a great day.